Hi, I'm Karen, and this is Friendsfavz. Welcome everyone to our coffee hour. And today I am so excited to present Carol Ryan, and she has some great things she's going to be sharing with us. I met Carol a couple months ago, and we got talking, and I realized she had some things that I thought could really help a lot of people. I have started the show 2 years ago, started working on it, and I had a passion, and it wasn't defined, and it took me 2 years to kind of figure everything out. And I realized that if I had talked to Carol, I could have probably got it all put together in an hour. So that's why I wanted to share your workshop here at Friendsfavz.
Well, thank you so much.
Yes.
I'm just so honored to be here and thrilled and full of joy.
Great, great. So tell the gals here what it is you are doing and a little bit about your background.
Sure. Well, I came upon this workshop as I was doing some exploring myself and what was going to be my next thing. And what I discovered was that I am at my greatest when I'm working with people to explore what they love, what brings them joy, what absolutely fills them up. And so I was inspired to develop a workshop. I call it Vibrant Visioning. And we get out of you that which wants to come out. I say what you want wants you. And it's really true. And so we have a series of exercises that we go through.
So what type of person would come to you? Why would are they someone who needs a new job?
Yeah, you know, I have a passion and a place in my heart for women who are looking for their next thing. And I find that so much as women, especially as those of us who are moms, we put so much into our families. And that as our families launch, as our kids launch, it's easy to feel like we should be in the second row when it's their time. And what I believe is that with the wisdom that we've gained, it is so powerful to take possession of all the gifts that are ours, that are uniquely belong to us, bring those forward and just give them as gifts to the world. So after we sort of get the baseline that we're all unique and that we have these special gifts to give the world, and our wisdom of just getting to this point in life, writing down what we love sometimes can be an interesting process for folks, because maybe somebody told you at some point that, you know, you really aren't that great of an artist, or you really are not that great at numbers. And in fact, you may really enjoy those things. So whatever it is, getting yourself in a place of just, I'm just gonna let loose and just go into what I love. I'm not gonna hold back. And just sitting there and writing. And we have a little timer. What I like to say is that the workshop is a little bit like speed dating or speed networking, where I don't give you a whole lot of time. You just have to go. And sometimes the beauty of just going is you don't have time to filter it through your critical part of your brain. You just have to get it out onto a piece of paper in front of you. So we do that part of the exercise where we're just writing down. And you know, I've worked with people who they're sort of like, well, I don't know what I love. And so what do you enjoy? What brings you joy? Remember a time when you were really happy? What were you doing? What did that look like? So that's how we sort of flesh out that which, you know, looking back on maybe you did some volunteer work, or maybe you had just a great, I mean, it could be something like, I love to travel. Another piece of how we write what we love and what we desire is we write them in accomplishment language. And I heard some folks talking about the importance of putting out statements as if they're already accomplished, because our subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what we're telling it is real. So if we're using our imaginations and really picturing not just I'd love to travel, but I am on a beach with my toes in the sand, and this is part of the traveling that I'm now doing, we're putting everything in that kind of accomplishment language.
Yeah, and it's nice to just work with somebody to help you through some of the processes. Sometimes you just need another person to bounce some ideas off of. I know I have my one person I always call, and it's like, what do you think about this idea? And it just helps you sometimes if you speak it, then to actually make it come into reality. So, yes.
Absolutely.
So is there another step to the process here then?
There is an example of the getting to your top 5 passions. So this is another step in the process. And so here's an initial list of things that someone loves. And to do the sorting process, you start at the very top one, and then you compare it to the second one. And what you're looking for, if I could only have one and not the other, what would that be? And right now I want to pause and say I really appreciate this process, which I learned from Janet Bray Atwood and Chris Atwood and their book, The Passion Test, which is a great model for this whole process. By the end, you have a sort of your top 5 passions. That we're trying to get to clarity here. And so if you can turn to somebody, and sometimes it's really great if it's not somebody that you came with or that knows you, but saying your greatest loves out loud to another person, it's really empowering. It's really amazing to really just say it out loud. And what's great, if the person doesn't know you particularly well, they just take it at face value. And they don't have any preconceived notions about who you are or what you're capable of. So if you love whatever that thing is and you turn to somebody and say, I am a transformational leader empowering women worldwide, they say, awesome, great. So then after we've gotten clear about what our vision is, what our dream is, then we create an actual vision board. And this is actually the bulk ends up being the bulk of the workshop. Everybody goes crazy for this part. I have magazines, I have colored pencils, I have crafting scissors. And what we do is we make a physical representation of that clarity that we've just given ourselves with those top 5 passions. And we put them on a little mat board, and I ask people, think about where you're going to put this, because maybe it's going to be landscape, maybe it's going to be portrait. And we have little easel backs that I give you for your mat board so you can stand it up next to your computer if that's where you want it. You might want it on the bathroom mirror. And another tip is to keep moving it around the house so that you don't start looking past it, that you keep those. But a picture paints 1,000 words, right? It makes complete sense when we can look at a picture and see, those things. It just kind of gives us this feeling and this inspiration. And then, what we do as a final step is we fill out a postcard. The postcard has my next steps on the back of it, and where we're going to place the vision board, who we're going to share it with, reciting the statement. I ask people to picture yourself looking at this on a daily basis and saying the words of what those passions are and looking at your picture. And it's just a way, Karen, just as you were saying, how do you keep that in front of you? And how do you keep moving in the direction of what you have and your passion?
Right. Well, that is awesome. I know that's going to help a lot of ladies. And so you do individual workshops with multiple people and then one-on-ones as well?
I do.
Okay.
I absolutely do.
Okay.
And we also have peer circles of accountability, or just peer circles of support for people who want to get together and sort of check in with each other and say, how you doing, how you moving forward. So that's another opportunity.
Great, awesome. So in 30 seconds, what would you like these ladies to take away?
I would like them to know how amazing they are, how truly, truly unique they are. And if you can get in touch with your uniqueness, your unique gifts, which are your passions, which are your joys, and you can bring them forward, the world needs your gifts. The world is really, really calling out, and it's not time for us to be in the second row. We have so much to give. This is our encore, so let's make the most of it.
Great, awesome. And how can people find you?
I'm on the web at carolryanconsulting.com.
Fantastic.
And on Facebook.
Fantastic. And I just want to thank everyone for coming today, and we're going to have some time to sit and socialize at our coffee hour, so I hope that you can come and join us next time too here at Friendsfavz. And I want to thank the Brew Coffee for hosting us today, and Stephanie Richter with Mary Kay for giving us swag. And I hope you can all join us next time at Friendsfavz. We'll see you.